Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to another episode of Hard Foul Radio. It is Tuesday, May 11th. Remember, time is valuable. I value mine. You should value yours. So I appreciate you spending some of that value time with me today. Let's get started. Let's go to Aaron Rodgers, okay? Aaron Rodgers, obviously, once out of Green Bay, that whole situation. It's really funny to see more and more radio personalities and talking heads. It feels like anyone who's ever talked to Aaron Rodgers has a chance to go on a radio show right now. Like, if you've just met Aaron Rodgers at, like, a meet and greet, and he signed your shirt or autograph, they'll bring you in and say, man, do you know what he's thinking? You know what he wants to do? Now, they've interviewed former players. They've interviewed current players. Devontae Adams was just interviewed yesterday on Colin Cowherd's show, and he was talking about the whole situation. We have to ask ourselves, why would Aaron Rodgers want to do it? Why would Aaron Rodgers want to leave Green Bay, a place he's played his whole career? He's 37 years old. He's coming off an MVP season, get to the NFC Championship game, and if he's looking at it in his head, okay, the only teams that have beaten us the last 2 years are the 49ers, who got to the Super Bowl, who are now on more broken down Jimmy Garoppolo and a rookie quarterback, and Tampa Bay with Tom Brady, who is technically getting older, even though we don't know if time actually affects Tom Brady. So why would Aaron Rodgers want to move? If you were, just think about it for yourself. If you were at a job, you're at a place for 90% of your career, why would you want to pick up everything, leave this place you've been at forever, and go completely learn an entirely new computer system, a new way of working towards the end of your career? The only reason you do that is because you've seen it work. Aaron Rodgers is in such an elite group of quarterbacks, like in the all-time list, that there's only a couple guys he's going to even acknowledge what they did and be like, oh, I can move like this. So let's take two guys in particular, Peyton Manning and Tom Brady. What did they do? They moved off teams they had been with 90% of their career. Now, Manning's situation is a little different. He had an injury, but still went to an entirely new team. Both won a Super Bowl. Manning made it to 2. Brady's got a really strong chance to make it to 2. So Aaron Rodgers is looking around going, all right, well, Manning went to Denver, had 3 prolific seasons, including an MVP season, made it to 2 Super Bowls, won 1. Brady goes from New England to Tampa Bay, statistically a strong season, wins a Super Bowl. Aaron Rodgers has to be thinking, well, Brady did this over 40. Manning did this at 35, 36. I'm 37. I feel like I'm in really good health. I'm in good shape. I didn't play the first couple years of my career. So really, I'm a 33, 34-year-old in terms of play-wise. I think I'm just as good as those guys are physically, if not better physically, at that point of their careers when they moved on. I've seen this work. You have to be considerate if you're Aaron Rodgers that the one thing that you won't get compared to what those two got is those two got to move unabated and freely. Manning was released by the Colts, signed with Denver as a free agent. Brady didn't renew his contract, signed with Tampa Bay. Aaron Rodgers, if he does the same thing, he will be traded, and that does matter because it matters who he's traded for. Like, they have a bunch of scenarios going out right now. It's like one of the considerations is Denver would trade 3 first-round draft picks, one of their receivers, either KJ Hamler or Tim Patrick, and Teddy Bridgewater to the Packers for Aaron Rodgers. If I'm Aaron Rodgers, I'd be okay with that deal. Because I'm looking at it as like, as long as if I get to keep Cortland Sutton, Jerry Jeudy, Noah Fant, and just a other receiver. Like I said, Denver's got a bunch. Tim Patrick, KJ Hamler. They have multiple receivers that you could make this work with if you're Aaron Rodgers. So Aaron has to be looking at this and going, Manning left, he won a title. Brady left, he won a title. These are the kind of guys that I'm in that class with. I could do this. And that's the only reason why he's considering this. Most people, unfortunately, are not super trailblazers. I would even argue what Manning and Brady did was not super trailblazing, because I think those two are a little more historical when it comes to the way that they move, and there's other guys who have moved at the end of their careers and still had some success. Most guys not being true original trailblazers, because if Manning went to Denver and it was a failure, I don't even think Brady goes to Tampa last year. I think Brady just tries to make it work in New England. If Brady doesn't go to Tampa and win a Super Bowl there, I don't think Rodgers even considers this. The only reason you consider this is because you've seen it work. We're visual people. We like to see, hey, this worked. I think I can do this. Let's try it. Why did YouTube go from there's a couple of funny videos or a couple how-to videos on here to one of the biggest things on the planet? Because a couple people trailblazed it. A couple people were like, hey, I could monetize this. Hey, I could make this work. I could earn a living on here. And they go from making a living to making a lot of money. Now other people are looking at them and saying, hey, I could do that too. I think I'm just as good. Hey, I think I'm just as funny. Now YouTube is a multi-billion-dollar company with several thousand people making a bunch of money on it. We've seen it. Once you've seen it and you think you're as good, you try to duplicate it and or copy it. It's not a knock on Aaron Rodgers, but he's seen it.